I was told at the gate on a connecting flight that I was too fat to fly without getting an additional ticket. And
Right.
I was asked what size clothes I wore. I was asked how much I weighed. And I was happy to share that because I have come so far in my personal journey, but I shouldn't have had to. So when I flew again, I flew without incident twice. Southwest apologized to me. And I flew without incident twice. And then the third time, I again had a similar situation. The woman looked at me and said, well, obviously you need 2 seats. And at that point, I knew that I really needed to seek out consistency because it's not just me. This is an issue that affects almost 30% of Americans, and someone has to talk about it just to bring it out.
So
bring it out in the open.
Did they in any ways appease you with money or tickets after they really did not treat you right?
They did give me a voucher to fly again, and I flew in to meet you, Richard. Yes. So, you know, they asked for a second chance, and I gave it to them. I think everyone deserves a second chance.
But
I didn't
think
have problems until.
But you're raising an important issue, which is, and I've said this for a long time, that our ostracism, you talk about this society being intolerant. We're more intolerant of people who are overweight than probably any other, if you want, it's not even a minority group anymore, but almost any other group.
You're right.
We're
but
really very judgmental.
Kenley, let me ask you, what is this lawsuit about now?
Well, Richard, I'm not at all advocating obesity. You know how hard I'm trying to change this in my own life. What I have asked Southwest for isn't damages. I haven't asked for that in any fashion. What I'm asking for is injunctive relief. I want them to expressly state what their policy is at the point of purchase. So I'm not suggesting that an overweight person should never have to purchase 2 seats. I'm saying that sometimes they want me to and sometimes they don't. So I'm asking them to clear that up.
Here are the choices for the airlines. Either the airlines has to take coach. They have to remove some of the smaller seats. They have to put larger seats, but they're going to have to charge more money only because
they're using up the space.
They're using up space.
All right,
so,
listen,
you know, that's one way of looking at it.
Let's take calls. We've got Aaron in California. Aaron, go right ahead.
Yeah, hello. So last week I was on a flight, and I got seated next to an overweight man, and I have to say I was really, really uncomfortable. So I was thinking maybe they should have overweight people pay for 2 seats on an airline.
Well, that's what happened.
This is our is our problem now. Now you flew on the plane? Did you buy 2 seats? Did you buy 2 seats?
I did not.
You bought one.
He was next to somebody.
Okay, you were next to somebody. Yeah. Did you say anything to that person?
I did not. I just felt really, really uncomfortable, and you know, I feel that they should pay for 2 seats. You know.
Well, I mean, there is that, but I think because the bodies of Americans have changed, and we're not talking about 2 or 3 people who need a seatbelt extension or a larger seat. We're talking about a lot of people, and they're not going to lose weight overnight. Now, if this personally happened to me, and I was very obese, and I would say to myself, and as Kenley has, it's time to lose some weight.
But here's the problem. This is the part that gets missed, and you tell me if this isn't what's happening. A lot of people that are very overweight are that way for mental health reasons, some sort of internal deep misery or lack of self-worth. So when they're treated like that, sometimes they expect that from the environment.
It's emotional when we're rejected. Kenley, when you're rejected, how bad does that feel? Whether you're thin or fat, it feels bad.
Yeah, but my point is that...
Of course, no one likes rejection,
yeah,
and what I'd like to say to Aaron is...
Go ahead.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
What I'd like to say to Aaron is I'm not suggesting that an overweight person should never have to purchase 2 seats. What I'm asking for is some sort of test or some sort of requirement, because when I was at the gate, I offered to sit. When I was at the check-in counter during this last incident, I offered to sit in a seat to prove that I could put the armrest down. So, and then at that point, I was denied the opportunity to do that. So I'm not asking for obesity, for people who are obese to be treated differently. I'm asking them to be treated equally.
I think the most important thing you want to say, Kenley, is that no matter if you're thin or overweight, you are a human being, and you should not be treated that way.
I am a human being, and no one should be subject to humiliation in public or in private.
Absolutely the case. We reached out to Southwest for comment. We had no comment back.